Hey everyone, it's Yuto here from SatsuRecipes.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a quick, tasty and fragrant stir-fry dish called Chinjao Rosu. As you can probably tell from the name, this dish has a big Chinese influence, but it's very popular in Japan and has evolved to suit Japanese tastes. Let's start with a rundown of the ingredients. For 2 to 3 portions, you will need 2 pork chops, about 250 grams in weight, 1 medium egg, 2 teaspoons of sake, 2 pinches of salt, a pinch of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch or potato starch, and 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. Then 150 grams of bamboo shoots, 1 bell pepper. Green is most common for this dish, but I like to use different colors and make it colorful. Half a fresh ginger, 2 cloves of garlic, and 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. We'll also make a sauce, so for this I use 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of chicken stock, 1 tablespoon of water, and 1 teaspoon of water plus a pinch of cornstarch or potato starch to make it a bit thicker and glossy. So first, let's prepare the meat. I have 2 pork chops here, so I'm gonna start by pounding them until they're about 1 centimeter thick. This tenderizes the meat by breaking down any tough fibers, and it also helps make it thinner so it will cook quicker. Next, we're gonna cut it into strips about half a centimeter to 1 centimeter thick. In inches, that's about quarter of an inch. This dish is often made with beef too, but in my opinion, pork suits the dish a bit better, and original Chinese one uses pork too. If you use beef, you can prepare it in the exact same way though. Now take a medium-sized bowl, crack an egg and whisk it until it's uniform. When you get to this point, add the pork along with 2 teaspoons of sake, a couple of pinches of salt, a teaspoon of soy sauce and black pepper to taste. Mix it until it's all incorporated. Marinating the pork like this is a Chinese technique called velveting. It makes the meat extra tender, like what we'd get at a Chinese restaurant. Next, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of potato starch. Cornstarch also works well. Lastly, add the drizzle of sesame oil and give it another mix. And it's done. You can let this marinate while you prepare the vegetables. So we're gonna cut everything into thin strips. The strips are gonna be about half a centimeter thick, about the same as the pork. Like I mentioned before, Chinjao Rosu is usually only made with green peppers, but I have 4 different colors here to make it more vibrant. Peppers in Japan are very small, so I have 4 halves, but you only need 1 large bell pepper for this recipe. Cutting everything to this size is the part that takes the longest, but it speeds up the cooking time. Everything is the same size, so it cooks evenly too. Next, I have a piece of ginger. This has amazing flavour. Cut the ginger a bit thinner because the flavour is quite powerful. And finally the garlic, just cut it into slices. We're almost ready to cook, but let's prepare the sauce in advance too. Get a small bowl and mix 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of chicken stock, and 1 tablespoon of water. Mix it well. You don't need to worry too much about the chicken stock not mixing in because it's gonna dissolve when it heats up. I'm also adding 1 teaspoon of water mixed with a pinch of cornstarch just to help it thicken up and make it a bit glossy when we add it to the pan. So this looks good to me. We're ready to start cooking. Heat a pan or wok on medium high. When it's hot, add 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. We're gonna cook the pork first. Just pour everything straight into the pan, including all of the eggs mixture. I'm just gonna fry this until the pork is cooked through. It only takes a few minutes because we've cut it thin. As you can see, the egg kind of sticks to the pork and makes a layer. When we add the sauce later, it's gonna absorb all the flavors and taste amazing. Okay, that looks cooked to me, so we're gonna transfer this to a clean plate and add it back in later. This is just so we don't overcook the pork. You can use the same pan, just add a bit more sesame oil. I'm gonna add the bamboo shoots first and just stir fry them for a few minutes. I bought these already chopped, so if you can find pre-cut ones you can save some time. Or if the bamboo shoots are not available around your area, you can use potatoes instead and that would taste good too. Next, add the bell peppers, ginger and garlic to the pan and stir fry for 2 to 3 minutes. It doesn't need long to cook because we want to keep a bit of a crunchy texture. Now add the pork back in and stir fry it for 1 more minute or so. Finally, we can add the sauce, so turn off the heat first and then pour it all over. I'm just gonna mix it around and let the residual heat warm up the sauce and thicken it slightly. When everything looks well covered and glossy, it's ready to dish up. I recommend eating this dish with rice. So there you have it, Japanese style pepper steak stir fry Chinjao Rosu. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to like and subscribe. I have a ton of quick and easy Japanese recipes on my channel, so check it out. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.